Tonight, our story opens in the outer office of Paul Belzer. He's the editor of a top magazine. Oh, hi, Doug.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Julia. For heaven's sake, what's going on in here?
We're waiting for you-know-who to come out of his office.
Beebe, go home. Oh, he's skin you alive.
Taste this one. Now, isn't that delicious?
Belzer, yes. Beebe, no. Oh, Doug, if Mr. Beebe sees these signs, he's going to have your scalp and your blood and your
Mr.
bones.
Beebe is winging his way to the warm sands of Jamaica. I put him on the 514 myself.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Now, what are you doing here?
Well, I don't know exactly. I mean, Paul called me around 5 o'clock this afternoon, and after he maybe promised to come in as soon as I could, he shouted something about a celebration, and then he hung up. He sounded like he was way up there someplace. What's going on, huh?
It is a celebration.
Yes?
Independence Day.
Yes? Mm-hmm. Well, if you two aren't going to make sense, I'll go in and find out from my friend.
Oh, Chris, please, wait. Paul will kill me. I know he wants to tell you himself, but... Well, here goes.
He's licked it, Beebe. What?
Now, why did you tell her?
Well, you were going to tell her.
Yes, I was, but you interrupted me.
Well, come on. Somebody tell me.
Without Beebe knowing it, our boy accumulated enough evidence against Beebe's policy.
He had 4 different circulation reports.
He had reader analysis, advertiser reaction. He had statistics, charts, and graphs coming out of his ears. Well, this afternoon, he sat the old man down and he let him have it. Both barrels.
He did?
He certainly did. He showed him definite proof that this magazine has taken a dive in every department ever since Beebe stuck his nose in.
Oh, and what did Mr. Beebe say to that?
Nothing. He just sat there and listened.
Uh-huh.
But when Paul hit him with that profit and loss statement, printed and read for the first time in 10 years, he slapped our boy on the back and said, "Okay, kid, you win. You run it your own way," and he took off.
Oh, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I've got to see that boy right now.
No, wait.
What?
Look, you go spoil everything because the whole staff is coming back at 8:30. We're going to have a big surprise party.
Oh, Doug, I don't think I can wait that long. Really,
Chris, please,
I don't.
Look. Paul said he wanted to take 2 hours out to get his house back in order, and then he'd come out and celebrate.
Oh, well...
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we blow up some balloons, and we'll kill some time that way. It won't be much longer now.
Fine idea.
Hey, you know, we ought to sing something when he comes out. How about Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf?
Is he working in there in the dark?
What do you mean?
Well, there's no light under the door.
No, that's strange. Hey, boss man, come on out. Time's up. Paul? Paul?
Paul? Paul! What is it? Oh!
It's what I think it is. His friendly little ulcer isn't friendly anymore. Don't move him, Chris. Don't move him. Call an ambulance, quick, Julia.
Is Dr. Sharp in the building?
Yes, doctor. He'll be out of surgery in about 15 minutes.
Well, as soon as surgery's ready, move him in.
Yes, doctor.
Chris.
Chris, how do you just sit there? Nobody's that calm.
I'm sorry, Doug. What?
Never mind. Skip it.
Yes?
I'm Dr. Vanderwater.
Yes, doctor.
Mr. Belzer is resting as well as can be expected. His own doctor's in the building. We'll be taking him into surgery in a few minutes. Dr. Sharp will join me there.
Is it his ulcer, doctor?
Yes. The X-ray showed an extremely large single perforation.
Is that, very serious?
We'll know more after the operation.
No. What I mean is, could he die?
Mrs. Belzer, we're all just a breath from life or death. Last week, I saw a 4-year-old boy die from a lick on the head when he fell out of bed. And that same evening, a 60-year-old man fell 3 flights down an elevator shaft and walked out of the emergency ward. All I can tell you is this operation is usually successful.
How soon after can we see him, doctor?
I'm afraid no visitors for several days. Except, of course, you, Mrs. Belzer. He seems anxious to see you. He's calling for you.
Doctor, I'm not,
Thank you, doctor. Of course, thank you.
It'll be 3 or 4 hours. If you want to go home, we'll call you.
Oh, no, I'll be here.
Now, don't worry too much, Mrs. Belzer. This hospital is full of the disease of civilization. We're very well acquainted with it.
Doug, we shouldn't let him think that I'm Paul.
Why not? Remember the red tape.
I know, but I did...
Paul wants you, and you're going to be there. I've got to get back to the office. You want to come with me?
No, I'll wait here.
Well, I don't think you should, Chris. He said it'd be 3 or 4 hours.
I know, but
I've got to get back, and I don't want to leave you alone. Come on. Come on.
What?
Please.
We're all just a breath from life or death.
Just a hair's breadth between life or death. Well, we'd like to forget that. Doug, Paul's been keeping something from me. I think it has to do with Bascom, Beebe. And me. Do you know what it is?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. He did it his way and won.
What?
Remember that dinner party you gave for Beebe at your home? Well, after that, he told Paul to get rid of you, or else. Oh, I can think of better ones than that to call him.
Why didn't Paul tell me?
He was afraid he'd lose you.
Oh, how little he knows me, really. Oh, I probably would have tried to step out of his life, but I wouldn't have lasted very long. I'm not that unselfish. Doug, if he had just told me, he could have saved himself all the misery and the torture, even this, maybe.
Well, I tried to talk to him, but he thought he could handle Beebe, the magazine, and the situation with you without anyone getting hurt.
Oh, why do men try to be all things to all people? Why do they do that?
I don't know, Chris. But any man worth his salt tries, even though he knows in his heart he isn't able to. Maybe that's why he tries so hard. Well, I've got to go and check on some things. With Paul out, I'll be pushing the buttons around here tomorrow. Will you be all right?
Yes.
Mrs. Belzer. Sounds okay.
Paul? I just want to go back to the hospital.
Well, the doctor said it'd be 3 or 4 hours.
I can't help it, Doug. I want to go back to the hospital.
All right.
now.
I'm glad you waited. He's still on the table.
Something's wrong.
Yes, I'm afraid there is, and I'll get right to the point. As sometimes happens with chronic ulcer cases, the severe shock of the ruptured ulcer plus the operation has caused a cardiac arrest. Mr. Belzer's heart stopped a few minutes ago.
I knew it.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Dr. Sharp opened his chest, manually massaged the heart. It's beating now. But we want you to understand, when the heart stops, the oxygen flow to the brain is cut off. Without oxygen, the brain cells die. Now, naturally, we're doing everything we can to save his life, but I must tell you, we don't know what his condition will be, even if he lives.
I don't understand that.
All right, let's try it this way. He can live and never regain the use of his body or brain. He can be a complete or partial invalid for the rest of his life. Or, with luck, he can recover completely. But please, don't expect miracles.
Chris.
Pray, Doug. Pray.
I don't know how.
And you find a way.
My back is broken. Must have slept a little. How about you?
Oh, not much. Oh, I wish they'd tell us something.
Red tape, Chris. Red tape. Oh, Chris.
Well, he'll be out of the recovery room in a few minutes. Dr. Sharp would have come himself, but they just wheeled in another one.
Is he all right?
Well, the operation was successful. His heartbeat has gained a little strength. His blood pressure is low but constant, so without unforeseen complications, he'll live.
Thank God.
Oh, here now.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't just yet. Mrs. Belzer, I've seen what brain damage can do.
Yeah.
Well, what are the odds, Doctor?
Well, I guess maybe 50-50.
Thank you.
Would you like to wait in his room, Mrs. Belzer? They'll be bringing him in soon.
I'm not Mrs. Belzer, Doctor.
Really? You could have fooled me. When I told Dr. Sharp I'd talked with you, he's been treating that ulcer for 5 years, you know. He smiled, but he didn't say anything. He's a fine man, Sharp. A good doctor.
May I still wait in his room, though?
The trick is to get your husband to talk. Blink an eye, move a muscle, anything to show us he's still a person. Now, if anybody can do that, Mrs. Belzer, I believe you can. Come along.
Thank you. I'll call you, Doug. All right?
Well, we haven't lost any ground. That's something.
Is he unconscious?
Yes, I think he is.
Couldn't you please close his eyes? They must hurt him so.
Well, if it'll make you feel any better, but I don't think he knows the difference. Mr. Belzer, can you hear me? If you can hear me, press my hand with one finger. Come on, one finger. Come on, you can do it. Well, I can't get well man to do it, so how can I blame him? You try, Mrs. Belzer, and if you have any luck, call.
Thank you. Darling, can you hear me? It's Chris, Paul. Darling, try to hear me. It's so terribly important. And press my hand, Paul. Just try to press my hand. Even one little finger, that's all. That would do, honey. Please. Don't slip away from me. There's so many things I want to make up to you. For not being wise enough to know what you were going through. And for making things more difficult for you when I should have been helping you. And for all of those lost moments. All the times I could have told you that I loved you. I didn't. Paul, you've got to hear me. You've just got to hear me, darling. It's so important that... A tear. You're crying. It's all right, Paul. It's all right now. Nurse. Mrs. DeRue. Mrs. DeRue. Mrs. DeRue, come quickly. What's wrong? Nothing. Nothing's wrong. He cried. A tear rolled right out of his eye and right down his cheek right there.
Did he blink or
No.
move?
No, he didn't blink. He didn't do anything. He just cried. A tear came right out there. Darling, it's all right now.
What's all the excitement?
Oh, doctor, I was talking to him, and he cried. A tear. It rolled right out of his eye. Right over there, doctor.
Come on, Mrs. Belzer, just a minute. Excuse us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
changed?
No, pulse is the same.
Well, I wish I could tell you that was a good sign, but I'm afraid it doesn't mean very much. I've seen tears fall from... Well, he has no control over his tear ducts.
Oh, but this was different, Doctor. I know it was. And I saw him cry.
Well, maybe you did, Mrs. Belzer, but it's not much to go on. I'll drop in later.
Mrs. Giroux, he did cry. He did. I saw him. I saw him cry.
You have a good cry, big fellow. Only a woman can understand it. As for you, young lady, we're going to put you away in a stretcher if you don't get some sleep or some rest. No, wait, just a minute. Just a minute. Here, sit down here for a minute.
Oh, thank you.
And keep hoping, dear.
Keep talking till I get here, please.
What's that junk?
Clear soup. What's here on your chest?
I've got hair on my chest.
Yeah. Well, you eat it and shut up.
First you try to get me to talk. Then you tell me, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
Oh, she'll be here any time now.
Where's that letter?
What letter?
One old hatchet face typed for me.
It's over there in the drawer.
Put it here.
Oh, I'd hate to work for you. Come on, drink that tea.
You drink it. Bring me the letter.
Hello? Hello, Mrs. Giroux. Thank heavens, he's a moose. A bull moose.
That he is.
Hi, Chris. Now, you get out.
Listen, you. Be nice to her.
She thinks my backside's a dartboard.
How do you live with him?
I don't. Uh-huh.
Come here.
Right, I'm sorry. What is it? What do you want?
You just wait till I get out of here.
I can't hardly. You're better.
Read the letter.
What letter?
My
Oh,
letter.
something important? Therefore, you may consider this my resignation as editor of Belzer's Woman's Journal. Paul, do you mean this?
No, not really.
Well, then I don't understand. Darling, I thought last you were beginning to use a little sense, to slow down a little bit. You...
Chris.
Yes?
I don't talk so good, so listen careful.
All right. All right, dear. I'm sorry.
I'm not the type of guy to win the battle and lose war.
No, I know that.
When you lie on your back as long as I have, you begin to think hard. I know I owe somebody something for letting me have you a little longer. And if I'm going to pay them back, I have to use what I know best. Magazine.
Paul, that magazine helped put you here, Paul, and I just don't... All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I put me here.
Well,
At least I know now what I want to say in the magazine, and nobody...
It's all right.
Nobody is going to stop me.
No. Well, what do you want to say in that magazine, Paul?
Look out, world. It's time to take inventory later than you think. Don't try talk me out of it.
Oh, no. No, darling, not I. I know better than to argue with a bull moose. And especially a wounded bull moose. Quite often, pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Well, good night. And we'll see you next week. This is Loretta Young again. Are you doing your part? Have you joined your Heart Association's fight against heart disease? Please, give generously to your heart fund.